Hello everyone and welcome to a new week of the Pokédraft Kings League. Now, 2 weeks ago we faced the previous champion and today we face off against the other finalist, Scarfed Sylveon. You will be able to find the links to his YouTube channel and his Twitter down below in the description, so you can see his perspective of the battle. This week, as you can see, is Monotype, and we are rocking a nice type team. As you can see on the on the layout right here, and he's rocking a dark team, so this should be a very interesting match. Now he does have Liepard, Zoroark, Hydreigon, Murkrow, which is very interesting, Skuntank, another very interesting Pokemon, and Hoopa Unbound. Now, you may remember that this league features a lot of restrictions, and one of those is the fact that you have a set limit of points, a limited amount of points in order to build your team. Therefore, you can't just pick 6 overused Pokemon and go with that. And the other restriction being Monotype this week made for a very interesting decision. I went for Ice type because it's a type I really like. I think it's very underrated and it has a lot of useful Pokemon. So let's see how we do this week. Now I will have a damage calculator open because I do want to make sure I know all my calcs and I know when I outspeed and when I don't. So now Liepard. I really don't know what Liepard does when we're not talking about VGC, because in VGC I know extremely well what it does and its potential sets, but not in singles battles. So it probably has Prankster. It must have Prankster. Now I would really hate for him to set up on me, but I'm gonna set up my rocks, which I think will be very important as they are 100% neutral against everything on his team, and they deal 25% to that Murkrow. So that should be very useful for the late game and to punish rather any switch-ins he wants to do. He goes straight away for the knockoff. So he knocks off our Eviolite, which is not good, but we get our rocks up. Now he could potentially have Encore here, and he could be rocking a Focus Sash. So what Pokemon doesn't mind losing its item here? Because he could have Encore, Thunder Wave. He could also U-turn right out, but I really think he's going to go for the Encore here. So with that in mind, I'm gonna switch into my physical wall, which really won't mind getting its item knocked off. And if he decides to U-turn, I do have a Rocky Helmet on my Abalog, so he will for sure. We will break a potential Focus Sash. He's probably a black glasses set, but at this point, with only one turn gone, we really can't know. Now, let's see here. I don't think Piloswine's Ice Shard could come in handy to get some chip damage onto Hoopa or something like that. Because Hoopa is definitely very frail, and we do have quite a few Ice Sharders in our team. I believe I have 3? It might be 2. Yeah, I think it's only 2 actually, but that should be okay here. He does go for the U-turn, so he will get some initiative here. Unfortunately, we don't have leftovers to restore our sturdy ability. And when's the last time you saw an Avalugg? Like seriously, when is the last time you saw an Avalugg? Now this guy has a humongous defense, like it has astronomical defense, but it doesn't really have any special bulk, like at all. It has base 46 special defense, so something like Hydreigon could come in here, and Draco Meteor. Hoopa, if it's special based, Zoroark could come in as well if it's special based, and we could be in for a lot of trouble. Now one very good thing is that I don't think he's using any Stealth Rock user, so that means our Ice type Pokemon, which are all weak except for Mamoswine, will not be taking 25% on the switch in, or doesn't seem like he's using spikes or anything, so that's definitely very nice for us. So we've seen knockoff and we've seen U-turn. He goes for Skuntank. Okay, this guy could definitely be special based. It could have the toxic spikes as well. Skuntank. Now toxic spikes would definitely be a problem, but he must be physical based. Well, I guess he could be he could have defog for sure, but I don't know. Gonna go for an Earthquake here. If it's a mixed set, yep, he is. So that Fire Blast is probably going to be enough to take us down. Yeah, Avalugg is so frail. So he goes into Skuntank. We see the Life Orb. So he is a kind of wall breaking set. Now, what do we switch in here? He is... Should have switched into my Piloswine here, for sure. Now, our Weavile doesn't want to face this guy. Will gladly outspeed before Mega Evolution. It has a chance because I believe we are Jolly. I don't remember what we are, to be honest. Not sure if we're Adamant or Jolly here. So let me check real quickly based on my stats. Because if we're Jolly, we probably do outspeed. Yeah, we are Jolly. Oh no, we are Adamant actually. Okay, so I definitely need something that's faster than that thing. So I'm going to bring in my Kyurem Black. And yep, that's actually a Pokemon you can use in this league. It is overused and it cost me 600 points, but it fit into my team. Now, something I forgot to mention. As you can see, all my Pokemon are nicknamed based on football players. Some of my favorite football players. All, if not all, most, if not all of them, did play for Chelsea Football Club. So now the question here is, what does he switch in? And does an Ice Beam take that Skuntank down? Let me see real quickly. Kyurem, Skuntank, Ice Beam, Life Orb. Yeah, it should deal enough. So I'm just gonna click Ice Beam. Nothing on his team will enjoy taking an Ice Beam here. We will unfortunately reveal that we are Life Orb and not Choice Scarf. But it's not too bad. We do have very nice checks with Ice Shard for his Hydreigon, which could be a problem. And yeah, nothing on his team wants to take this Ice Beam for sure. Nothing at all. Now I wonder what he's going to want to go for. And man, all these speed tires are really confusing for me. So I'm gonna be opening up Showdown quite a bit. Now let's see here. He does decide to stay in, so Ice Beam is enough to take down Skuntank. So we are both at one Pokemon down. We are both tied at one Pokemon down. 147, okay. So whatever he decides to bring in should be faster than Kyurem. So So maybe Liepard. He could knock off our Life Orb. I mean, we do have a base 100 defense though. He could bring in Zoroark as well. Could bring in Hydreigon. Murkrow definitely not. I don't think Murkrow can threaten us at all. Hoopa. I'm guessing Hoopa is scarfed. Most Hoopas are scarfed. And no U-turn. So Hoopa could be mixed. Wow, that's yeah. At least it has a very low defense, so the Ice Shards will hurt him. He decides to bring in the Liepard. So how much is a knockoff going to deal to my Kyurem here? Knockoff 20 to 30%, 25 to 30%. Now, am I... because I am a mixed set. So 120 defense. Okay, I am not a minus physical defense. Now, what if he's max attack? It will deal 50%, but our Ice Beam... okay, he will be faster, so our Ice Beam without the Life Orb has a chance to KO him. Has a very good chance. So I am going to go for the Ice Beam here. I really think it's worth it. He's probably going to go for the knockoff. He might go for a U-turn, predicting a switch from my part, but I don't see a need to switch. He could have Foul Play as well, that's true. And Foul Play probably does a lot more damage. Wow, he went for Thunder Wave. So, no Parahacks, we do get the Ice Beam off, and we do knock out Liepard, but Kyurem being paralyzed and slower does really put a dent onto its sweeping capabilities. And not to mention, he also okay, so that's probably choice specs. Okay, he's not going to Dark Pulse, is he? He's going to Draco Meteor. So I think, I mean, Kyurem can still take could still take potentially one hit that's not called Draco Meteor. So, going to switch. I'm going to sacrifice the Mamoswine. And so it'll be 4 against 4. That Thunder Wave was a really nice play on his end. A really nice play. Now, because he did up to Paralyze before bringing Hydreigon, that might mean he's not Choice Scarf, but rather Choice Specs. Yeah. Mamoswine goes down, so I would definitely think that's Specs. We see no Life Orb recoil. Now, Weavile can come in right now and Icicle Crash, and nothing on his team wants to take an Icicle Crash. But it also has an 85% accuracy, so we could potentially miss. He can't switch in anything though. He really can't. Or do we bring in Mega Glalie here? I think... no. I think Mega Glalie is better saved for the end. That Hoopa is a problem. So we really need to weaken it. Now the big question here is, do I go for Icicle Crash? Do I go for Ice Shard? Do I go for Knockoff? Or do I go for Low Kick? Knockoff? Probably not, because all his team resists Knockoff except Hoopa, which is neutral, but it would go down. Low Kick deals a lot of damage to everything not called Murkrow, and it should take down Hydreigon in this range. So I'm gonna go for the Low Kick because I am Life Orbed. And he's at -2 special attack. So I'm pretty confident Weavile is going to take at least 1 KO right now, if not more. At least 1 KO. Because he has no switch-in for this. His best bet is probably to sacrifice Murkrow. I think that's his most... or his least valuable Pokemon, I guess. And we can simply Ice Shard afterwards. Yeah, we do have Life Orb Ice Shard against Hydreigon, against Murkrow, and against Hoopa. And we also have Mega Glalie's Ice Shard as well. So I think we are pretty well covered. We do find out he is Choice Scarf. So that Draco Meteor still hurts a lot. And I do get the Low Kick off. So I trade off. I really didn't think he was Choice Scarf. I thought he was Choice Specs. Because then there was no reason to sacrifice Liepard to paralyze the Kyurem, in my opinion. But I don't know. He brings in Murkrow. Now, let me just check here. Weavile, Murkrow. We don't know how offensive, or rather how defensive he is. He could be a mixed attacker, I guess. He's probably holding the Eviolite though. So, no. Life Orb, Ice Shard. Yeah, Icicle Crash does that much. So, Ice Shard does 50%. The question here is, does he go for something like Sucker Punch? And are we willing to sacrifice Weavile right now? I don't think I am willing to sacrifice Weavile. He could potentially also have Thunder Wave. So I'm going to switch out onto my Black Kyurem right now. He could have Pursuit. No, he doesn't. Or he doesn't use it at least. So I really have no idea what this Murkrow wants to do against us. He goes for a Thunder Wave. Perfect. That was absolutely perfect. Because I think we click Ice Beam once more. I could click Draco Meteor because that would deal more damage to Hoopa or Zoroark. Now, let me check one thing. Kyurem-B against a Zoroark, probably not invested, and we do have the Life Orb. So, I mean, what can Murkrow have to KO us? Okay. With Stealth Rock, I have a 75% chance to one-hit KO an incoming Zoroark. How about a Hoopa? Yeah. That's only a 50% chance. Oh, but that's... oh, never mind. Draco. Yeah, I think I'm going to click Draco Meteor here. I really want to click Ice Beam. No, I'm gonna click Ice Beam. I just hope I don't get fully paralyzed right now. He goes for a Roost, so he eliminates his flying type weakness, and I get fully paralyzed. That's really unfortunate, but if he wants to prevent any more Ice Beam damage, he has to Roost, and because he is at full health, he won't be getting that that benefit. So I'm gonna click Ice Beam once more. He goes for a Foul Play, which should not KO, so as long as we don't get fully paralyzed, perfect. Kyurem should bring down Murkrow. Yep, perfect. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. We are at a really nice point right now. He only has Zoroark and Hoopa left. I will sacrifice my Kyurem. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. He does bring in Hoopa, or it could potentially be Zoroark. We don't know. That Stealth Rock damage is very nice. Huh. That thing has a lot of attack. I'm going to click Ice Beam once again, and we'll see what it wants to do here. He's obviously going to go first. He goes for Night Daze. I have no idea what that move does. Well, at least it didn't give him a boost or anything. So, Night Daze can only be learned by Zoroark. So that means this is Zoroark. Now, Zoroark has base 105 speed. Is he... huh. Okay. I need to do some chip damage to this guy. So... Lampert the Lapras should be able to take one hit from this guy. And I am choice specs. So do I risk the Hydro Pump? We do know this is Zoroark, because only Zoroark can learn Night Daze. He might have chosen that to lock himself into that. Lapras with specs, choice specs. Okay, Hydro Pump is a definite one-hit KO. What about Frost Breath? Yeah, Frost Breath is also a KO, and it's 100% accurate, so I'm gonna go for the Frost Breath here. He withdraws into another Hoopa, nicknamed exactly the same, so this will do a lot of damage, and that tells me his Zoroark is probably choice carved. Wow, that was... yeah, that's always a crit, but that did very little damage. Now I'm really scared. I'm really, really scared here. Okay. I have to click Frost Breath right now. I can't switch out into anything. Lapras does have some bulk. He goes for a Drain Punch. Okay, that does 50%. He gets almost his full HP back. Wow, that's gotta be a Salt Vest. That has to be a Salt Vest Hoopa. I think we're going to lose. I don't know. Because he's going to get some health back. And that freeze dry damage or frost breath damage was too little. So, okay. I definitely bring Weavile in here. But what? Okay, Weavile. What is my best play after that? I do have a life orb. Low kick should do minimum 81% to a Hoopa. But we know he has some bulk. So will Mega Glalie be able to survive a fighting type attack from Zoroark? I think it might come down to a Focus Blast. I really think it might come down to that. Low kick. He has at least, how much do you reckon? Probably 90%? 80 something percent? So I think I am forced to click Icicle Crash here, unfortunately. I don't like relying on 85% accurate moves. But he might have some HP investment as well, because he is running. Oh, wait. That's 80 base speed. So I could have gone into Mega Glalie. Yikes. Gonna click Icicle Crash. I hope I don't miss. I don't. I do have a chance to flinch as well, in case he survives. And yes, that's a clean KO. Okay. That's perfect. Now we still don't know the item on Zoroark. So he's coming twice, so that means he's taken 2 turns of Stealth Rock damage for sure. Now, how much will my Ice Shard deal here? Let me check. Ice Shard. Ice Shard will deal 50%, so 2 Ice Shards from Glalie should be enough. I don't know what item he has, but I don't even want to risk it. And we get the crit, so we take the win. That crit did not matter. As you see, we never even used Glalie, and he did have a Mega Ice Shard waiting to finish off that Zoroark. So that crit did not matter. And yeah, so far we are 3-0 in this league. We've prepared pretty well. This was a very interesting match. I really liked that neither of us had a clear type advantage, except that, I mean, my Ice did cover his Hydreigon and his Murkrow pretty well. But yeah, if you guys are liking the videos, if you guys want to keep on supporting the DF Drifloons, please leave a like on the video. And I don't remember what's the theme for next week, but as you can see, these battles are very interesting, and you are guaranteed, at least from my end, to see every week new Pokemon, and out of the norm Pokemon such as Avalugg, such as Alomomola, such as Piloswine, Kyurem, Mega Glalie, which unfortunately we didn't feature today. But hey, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week on our week 4 of the PokéDraft Kings League. Good game to Scarf Sylveon, and once again, if you want to check out his channel and his Twitter, they'll be in the description down below. Thank you guys, and see you next week. Bye bye.